Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome to another exciting episode of VLTV. I'm here live and direct in Brooklyn, New York with the It's Just Us Girls campaign, having a wonderful time. I got to learn so much and so many details from these inspiring, beautiful women. So VLTV is excited to be here, so let's take you on our journey. Stay tuned.
If you let me love you, I'll be your sunshine. I'll be your happy. I'll be your sad. I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it. I think I'm fine, like rested wine.
Here I am with our beautiful presenter, our Miss CEO making, Miss It's Just Us Girls, and she's actually my cousin. So today I see a lot of growth in you. I'm extremely proud of you. You have such an amazing show. You have a panel of well-educated women. How do you feel presenting us in such a great light today? How does it feel?
As you can tell, I'm a little nervous about this, but
Nervous.
I know it's empowering because me myself, I'm actually learning. So just to have everyone around, we have a lawyer in our midst, we have an accountant in our midst, we have a medical student in our midst. I mean, these are powerful things that mostly women do not go to. So to see that these women are standing for something that they believe in, they went to school for it. School is not easy. So just being able to accomplish those things and still stand in front of us here today and still be able to talk to us about it, it makes me feel good that we are, like she said, like Joy said earlier, what a man can do, a woman can do better. So why can't we? We have so many people already telling us that we can't do this thing. So why should we tell ourselves that? You know what I mean? I'm just grateful to God for that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, when you can reach out to people, and not only people that you know personally, people from all over the city came out tonight and just wanted to hear your message. It feels good when you're trying to deliver a message that's positive. We don't really get a lot of these things in our generation. We have this generation where our biggest source of information basically comes from television, and women are usually in the form of like reality TV stars and things like that. The idea of lawyers, doctors, scientists have become sort of played out per se. So for you to kind of bring that back today, it was amazing to me to see that there's still women who actually do that. So what do you think was that message that you were trying to fulfill? How did you see that segue between the traditional and the modern day roles for women?
I mean, I think for one, I personally don't watch TV from my own. I just don't, because I feel like there's so much going on in the world today that we just need to extend ourselves from by watching TV. I'm big on social media because I feel like that's another way to engage ourselves into the youth.
Yes.
But at the same time, I feel like there's so many things out there that tells us, going back to what I said in the first, it tells us to not be a woman.
That's right.
Look at these reality TV, like they portray women to be this angry women, and it's like, no, we're not. We, like TT performed earlier, we were born in love, so why can't we just preach that? And I just feel like the whole purpose of us being here today is that we may not know how to be able to give love, but are we willing to learn?
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm all for It's Just Us Girls, to be honest. I'm just so grateful at how amazing this turned out to be, and I'm honestly thankful to God, and I do hope that whoever was here today was able to learn that you need to educate yourself, which is number one, because even I myself, there are certain things that I didn't know tonight that I was able to learn from each and every one of them. So I'm thankful to them for being such a leading by example, pretty much. Yeah,
absolutely. And I agree, and I personally had this conversation with you recently where we were talking about being an example. I think that people put so much pressure on being an example and don't realize that your example actually comes from your experience. And what I expressed to you, I said, with everything we see growth, and you made the point to me that because of everything that you've gone through, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't always been picture perfect but those experiences is what enabled you to teach others. And I feel like that's the realest form of love, to be able to teach through example. So your message tonight was definitely delivered. I'm absolutely proud of you, and we wish you nothing but the best. There will be absolutely more It's Just Us Girls segments and workshops, so make sure that you look out for my girl, and always come out and support anytime that you can, because it's a great movement and I support it. So it's VLTV approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, so here I have the amazing Kofo standing beside me. She was actually one of our great hosts for today. She helped out throughout the event. So first and foremost, I know that for you to take the time out to support such a cause and come off on behalf of VLTV and say, okay, this is something that I want to help out with. What was your inspiring feelings towards that in order for you to come out tonight and say, listen, I have to put a helping hand towards this?
Yeah, I started by saying when she brought up the idea, she did it first last year, I think, or she did it before.
Yeah.
But I was able to make it because I had to actually go somewhere. And when she brought up the idea, I was actually excited, finally I get to, help that and stuff. And the main reason why I decided to try and help out or to help out was because this is New York. The Nigerian community is so small.
Yeah.
And it's there's no reason for us to not get along. So I felt like this was the best way to bring different form of girls, different type of girls come together and just talk, express yourself. There's no need for hate. What are we going to get from each other? This is the best way to empower each other. Everybody's going to talk, everybody's going to express how they feel. So now if I see this person outside, I'll be able to understand and feel how they feel. There's more to life than just hating each other. Okay, now I actually understand why this person feels that way, and I could actually open my mouth just to say hi. Because saying hi to someone actually goes a long way.
It's true.
If you don't respond back to me, then that's on you, but I'm really happy knowing that
You made an outreach, right?
Yeah. So basically, that was why I decided to help out.
It's true. And I absolutely agree 100% because what we have to realize is that, some of these people we might have seen on social networks, we might have seen in social events, but we never got a chance to interact with them. And we got a little personal today with a lot of the ladies. They spilled out their guts about what they've been through, who they've been through, and where they're at in your life on a personal level. So I think that's the most beautiful part. And like she said, you grow a different bond with people knowing what their story is. You're trying to judge them, and you look at them like, oh, this girl, she probably thinks she's this, she's stuck up. But it was good to see that side of people. But which brings me to your t-shirt. So I know a lot of the ladies who came out tonight, they got a chance to pick out different types of t-shirts that express who they are. And let's see Kofo's t-shirt. It says Kiri. So why was this t-shirt so selective and special to you?
I think my mom should have just made me that because I tend to always put people on me. I know it's not good, but it's kind of good somewhere somehow. But I feel like I'm so fair because I always think for everybody, even people that don't even expect it from me. I feel like that's the best way to spread love. You don't necessarily have to always talk or go party with people to let them know you care about them. I agree. It's just about always being there for them, being able to give them love, to help them with financial needs, just be there for them. That's why I feel like I'm always there. I'm always there to help them.
And that's beautiful. And we need more caring people like Kofo in this world. Even if, like someone said earlier, picking up your phone to text a friend that you haven't heard from in a long time. You don't know what's going on with people, so never assume. And share that love, and that's the message that It's Just Us Girls is presenting today. So Kofo, thank you so much for bringing that to life. Thank you. We have the lovely, my beautiful media sister in crime, Miss Nigel Queen B. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with a lot of her blog posts and a lot of her events that she covers as well throughout the city, state to state. She's out here doing her thing, and I definitely look at her as someone who's been an empowering figure in our Nigerian New York generation over the past couple of years. So it's a pleasure to have you here, my dear. I love coming to your show, and you're always supportive of me, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you.
You're always showing up.
Of course, I have to give my people the love that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? So what brings you here tonight? So what about this event said Nigel Queen B has to be in the building?
Well, if you guys know and watch my vlog, I'm all about females and women empowerment. So this is something that I definitely had to come and see for myself. And I am always about uplifting women. I'm very independent, and I love to see like other women be the same thing. Granted, we're not trying to take over, but yeah, we are trying to take over clearly. So yeah, I was very interested when I saw the post about it, and I also I'm one of the panels with like good friends, right? So
yes, because I know you're affiliated with Miss Nigeria.
Yes, I am. So I had to also come show support.
Definitely. Yeah. So throughout the course of the program, what did you take most from tonight? What is something that's going to stand out to you when you get home and tonight? And think about the recap of what you just saw.
Well, one of my question that I picked when we walked in was, what would you change about yourself?
Yes.
A lot of people might look at that question and think physically. I wouldn't change anything about myself physically, but personally, I would change. I'm very impatient, so yeah, I like to get things done when I want to get it done.
Right.
And I want things to happen when I want it to happen. But as I grow, I realize that God's time is the best. I realize that you can always plan everything. Sometimes there will be setbacks. You know, I plan a lot of panels and people don't show up, they cancel last minute.
Right.
You know, I still had to shoot. It's true. Right. So it's like you can't always expect everything to happen when you want it to happen. If something is for you, it will always be for you. So, you know, I was listening to one of the speakers, and we were just like, you know, you have to be patient. And I've really been working on my patience, especially at my work. It's a big thing for me, and I really have to. I've been a lot calmer, and it's been opening a lot of doors for me.
Yes.
And yeah, so what I'm just gonna advise everybody is work on your patience. If you're not patient, God's time is the best.
Definitely. And I think one thing that you can always identify with growth is identifying the issues. A lot of times we tend to hold our issues in with guilt and with stubbornness. Because, you know, a lot of times we're like, oh no, please, I already know. Peace sign for stubbornness. Like, they think they have it together sometimes. And sometimes they always say that they're always right. But, you know, sometimes you have to take that step and acknowledge your rights and your wrongs, you know? We all make mistakes, we're not perfect, and every day we're growing. I'm growing. Today I learned a lot about myself just from hearing other people's stories, so that's a beautiful thing. And speaking of identifying yourself, we had a little campaign earlier, and everyone chose a t-shirt basically to describe who they are. So let's see what you chose.
Well, I was looking for a t-shirt that said queen, because clearly
She's the queen.
right? But unfortunately they didn't have one, so I picked adorable, because I am.
Isn't she adorable?
Yes, she is. So that's what I chose.
Yes.
Always be your biggest fan regardless. So yeah, I am adorable. That's right.
You name it and you own it.
Yes. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you, doll.
Always looking good. So that's my girl named live and direct on VLTV, so stay tuned. So here we have the lovely Yinka, who is, you know, our amazing performer tonight. Yinka, actually, I saw her, I think about a year ago at a fashion show. Were you performing at Oyato's fashion show?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, and I distinctly remember you because you sang one of my favorite songs by Sade, Sweet as Taboo, and I absolutely love that song, and you blew my mind, and you did an amazing job tonight. So how do you feel coming to an event like this where you can give back to women and share your story?
I mean, it feels great. This is actually my first time coming to an event like this. The fact that everyone has their own story of how they're successful or how they're trying to be successful, I think it's a great because you get to learn from other people's experiences. So it's a good experience.
Definitely, and you know, you definitely blew our minds away. And you know, what is the message tonight that you learned about yourself, probably that you didn't think of before from hearing somebody else speak?
Basically, from me, is basically just not always focusing on what other people say. If someone says, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that," so you have to really just find it within yourself to actually try, regardless of what other people say. And I think I have an issue with that. Where it's like, when someone criticizes me or says something, it's like I put myself in like a little box.
In a box, right?
That's something I'm gradually, learning how to do. So that was find like a very good experience like listening to guys just talking. Help me build up my life.
That's right. You have every right to be absolutely beautiful. Natural beauty. Isn't she beautiful, guys?
Thank you.
So, and I know as an artist and, someone who's going to constantly be criticized, that's something that you have to, build within yourself.
You have to keep, a hard shell. You can't let people just get into
Exactly. It's true. And I always say within, especially in the New York Nigerian community, it's so small. It's so big, but yet so small. We should support each other more than backlash, if anything. And support our sister. If you hear that she's having a show, come out to her show. If you see that she posts a video of her singing an amazing song, post a video. It doesn't hurt any one of us, you know what I'm saying? So you picked out a t-shirt earlier with the t-shirt campaign. So what did you pick out?
I think that Radiant.
Awesome.
Only because I'm, since I was a young girl, I really did not have as much confidence as I do now. Going up on stage or anywhere, stage in front of people, and it was something that, I gradually learned how to do. Like, sometimes I was like, I had to force myself to just sing again. It was like, no, you have to do it. Even though you don't want to do it, you have to force yourself to do something. That's the only way you can actually build up your confidence and just make yourself proud. And Radiant, like I said, I wasn't a very confident person at all. And now, as the year, as the year keeps coming, I feel better being myself. I feel so much better being myself. Like where I was 5 years ago until now. I love myself, and that's why I feel like I'm ready.
And I respect that, baby girl. And I'm all for that. And you can obviously tell that Yinka's message tonight is basically self-growth and self-acceptance. And picking out such a beautiful word like radiant for someone who didn't have the strength within herself before absolutely exerts what we're talking about today, which is just about being from a girl to a woman and only strength within yourself. You're not supposed to be too strong, I would say. You always want to leave room for people to help you, because that's why we have people all around the world.
You definitely have to start from loving yourself.
Of course.
If you don't have any sort of confidence in yourself, or if you feel like you're not good at anything, if you're just always negative and down, it's not going to get you anywhere. And that's true. I know that because I know that. You really have to first love yourself before you can do anything. Have confidence in yourself.
I agree. So that was very insightful. Look out for her music. Where can we follow you?
You can follow me on my Instagram, YDANKA, same as my Facebook, Snapchat. I am working on a few things, so come up then I'll
Definitely. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. So here we are with someone I usually never find people with my name. My name is Titi Laya, as some of you may know, but I was able to find another Titi today, an amazingly beautiful Titi. She actually did a wonderful poem earlier that was so inspiring, and it was so religiously based, and that's something that I hold very close and dearly to me. So tell us, what was the inspiration behind tonight's poem that you shared with us?
Well, I give all the glory to God, because it wasn't like there was anything that inspired me. God just had a message.
Yes.
And it was just a little to be used to give that message. So that's where I got that from.
Right.
It wasn't, it's all about love. And when I started writing it, I didn't write it with the thought of love. I just wrote it. Came to my mind and my heart at the time. So I cannot say I got it from anywhere. It's just
And that was beautiful. A lot of the points that I took from her poem was just basically the spirit of never giving up. Me, myself, standing here, I could be sitting here smiling and, looking happy and things like that. I could be very unhappy inside. I can be going through hell inside. But, just reminders that God works in mysterious ways, in my opinion. And reminders in the simplest form is me coming out to an event where someone is delivering a message through poetry was something that stood out to me. So that's something that I'm definitely going to take from tonight. As far as the other speakers and ladies that you were able to see tonight, was there something that you learned about yourself while listening to other people talk, or something that you can take from them?
Yeah, I learned a lot. And they're doing a great job. It's really great. And I I think what I'm gaining from here is confidence.
Yes.
Believing in yourself. You need to believe in yourself for others to believe in you. So I think that's definitely something I'm going to take from here. And also knowing that it doesn't matter about the problems on the way. God is going to work it out for you. And the Bible does tell us that He will make everything work together for us.
Amen.
So that's something that I was reminded of here. And there's so many things I've learned. I can't share every single thing.
Yeah, and I totally understand. So, Titi, you were absolutely amazing. Thank you for tuning in with BLTV today, coming by and sharing some giveaways. I hope that you can take some of the knowledge that I've gained from Titi as well and transfer that positive energy into your own lives as well. It's very important. So, Titi, thank you so much. Thank you. So here I am joined with the founder, the growing founder and passionate founder of Miss Nigeria USA. I know a lot of us have been confused this past couple of years because usually within the Nigerian community we usually have an independence parade, which I personally have always felt like didn't do justice to the women of our country, the young woman in America, in New York City in particular. So here we have an amazing entrepreneur who has turned the whole game around. First year in the making, and Miss Nigeria USA has basically made history. It was an amazing turnout, and I'm somebody who's talking from the outside, and so just as a sister to another sister, congratulations. You know, I'm very empowered and I'm very happy to see the work that you did. So how does it feel? Just, you know, the feedback that you got from it, was this something that you expected? Like, how do you feel about that?
It's actually funny because I didn't expect a lot of people to show up. I thought it was something very intimate, you know,
Yes.
bring the people, your family, let's all just have fun and just do what we have to do. But at the end of the night, it turned out to be like everyone came out.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Like, till now, I still don't believe I proved that much proud. And I hope all Africans, all Nigerians can come out and support other events as well. Because there's still a lot of things that go on. It's the things that affect life positively. I feel like we should all come out and support it. You know what I mean? It's a party going on. Everyone is at a club.
Exactly.
Turning up.
Mind up outside.
Exactly. But then there are things that we trying to portray. Something positive. Trying to empower women. Trying to make these girls know how to set a certain goal. And then people are not really coming out to support something that's very positive. So, I mean, it's my mission to let people to know that they can actually come out to something that is great, not just for people. It's fun. I turn up, but
Who doesn't?
it's fun. But yeah, just we should try more and support each other and have each other's back.
I agree, and it's all about a balance, you know. And I think that that's why I was so intrigued about the outturn of the pageant, and just knowing, like, I personally, I don't know you. I've seen, you know, obviously pictures around. I believe you used to model at a yes. So you have a familiar face, and you know, I don't know anything about you. So me seeing you out here tonight on panel was actually a really good experience. Like, I got to see you on a personal level. You shared a piece of you. So how does it feel that you know that someone got to take something from a piece that you shared with them?
I mean, I'm just, as I said, my mission is just to affect lives positively as much as I can. I'm not perfect. As I said, Mandela, Gandhi, we're not perfect. Because we just have a strong goals and determination to take that. So that's what I want to be. I want to leave a legacy. Whereby people like joy. Yes, she's amazing. She's someone that you can, you know, can have as a mentor. Someone that you can look up to. I mean, everyone has their past. Everyone did whatever they had to do. So they started looking again. I said earlier, don't judge people from the outside. Make sure you make this. Make sure you're in their shoes, and then you're ready to judge them. All fingers are not equal.
That's right. I agree.
This is yours. This is mine. And not everything goes together at all times.
Extremely true. And I think something that I was talking to with our founder, Biodu, earlier, that I, you know, she's my cousin, so I know her, like, you know, on a personal level. So one thing that I expressed to her was that I feel like the best leader that there is someone who's real. A lot of girls cannot look up to perfection. And I think that as women who, you know, made mistakes in our lives, who are growing, who are molding every day, people tend to be judgmental towards that. Like, oh, wasn't she the same one yesterday doing this? Look, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Give someone credit who's willing to take those mistakes and mold into a better woman. Don't you agree with that?
True. I mean, definitely. I went through, at some point in my life, I went through stuff. I was detained and all that stuff. People use it against me. Say stuff. I'm like, you know what? That's your opinion. That's what you think of me. That's who I am. Because I know exactly what happened. So that's your opinion about me. That's not me. And so I feel like we should start to make outside and make sure we get to know the person before you judge them. See that situation where they are. Be there first before you start judging.
I agree. And you know, we all participated in like a mini t-shirt workshop earlier. So what t-shirt did you choose?
It's funny how,
Ready for it?
like,
I'm ready.
there's so many
For
So Joy chose dependable. So why did you choose dependable?
I feel like I have a travel bloggers making so much money. You see YouTubers making so much money and being happy while making I have what like almost 20 girls who come in and pageant. Don't get stuck in the
They trust me with their lives. They trust me with their confidence.
This makes me feel a lot. Because I'm the first one who's taking kids. I'm not taking myself in that.
You can even do it by the side. You like to stay same.
That's wonderful. And as a leader, you should be dependable. So we thank you so much, Joy, for taking the time out to speak with us. You know, we will definitely be looking forward to everything that you have in plan. And as just a Nigerian sister to another sister, we support you. And we thank you for making the things that you have in our community. Thank you, Joy. We are with the amazing Grace. Grace gave us her story today, and I was touched because she pointed to a sickness that I actually had a personal experience with. I don't share it a lot, but my mom actually passed away because of causes related to epilepsy, and which is caused by severe seizures. And severe seizures are caused by numerous things, such as severe head trauma, neurological systems that break down in your head, and there's basically no cure for this disease. So I was so happy to have such a young, beautiful woman, talented, strong, and educated, come out tonight and share her story about basically battling with her sickness as well as balancing a successful career. So just from somebody who knows how it feels, I'm so proud of you. I don't even know you, but I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you sharing your story tonight. So how did it feel to come out and share your story?
For the most part, I think I'm really good at letting people know about my experiences.
Yes.
And I think it's important for people to tell other people about their experiences because sometimes maybe like maybe you weren't comfortable to say it. So there's always going to be that one person that has the ability to say, you know what, forget about what anybody else is going to say about me and just say it. So like my friend Drea is the one that stated that she doesn't want anybody to know anything about her. She's like, you know what, I don't know if you, but I said, I'm just going to leave it to God, and if God tells me that I should share this, then I'm going to share it. I really don't care about what anybody thinks about me because I'm in my position because of God over all those adversities.
Amen. And I agree, and that's why we connect in that sense for someone that I didn't know, because I'm also, as I mentioned earlier, big on faith and religion. And just the fact that, you said you're an obstetrician. Yes, optician. So tell us a little bit more about your profession and what exactly do you do?
So as an optician, basically we make glasses. There's 3 O's. There's the optician, the glasses, they take measurements. They make sure the glasses are inspected and they qualified.
Yes.
Then you have the optometrist, who is the eye doctor. They perform, eye exams, and we have the ophthalmologist actually do the surgery. And I'm inspired to be an optometrist.
It's amazing, and I totally respect that. And going through so many tribulations, and I tell everyone every day, there's no such thing as excuses. No matter what your circumstances are, if you are mentally prepared to just take on life the way it's supposed to be, you will get through. And that brings me to mind with our little t-shirt raffle that we had earlier. So what was the word that you chose?
Competent.
Wonderful. And why exactly did you choose that? Because I know you shared some stories about times when people thought you were incompetent.
Right. And I was actually excited that this shirt was sitting there, and I think it was actually waiting for me. So I've been a manager since I was 21. And being 21, as the other lady stated, there's certain things that you value and you don't value. But December made 5 years with my company, and people think, and I'm 24 at the moment, so people think that I don't know a lot of things. And as I stated before, I was a scholar in school, and optics is everything to me. Like I can sit here and I can tell you how the eye works in and out, and I can have a battle with an MD, But
as you can see, she knows her stuff.
I've been competent because it just spoke to me because I am more than just a young girl. I am more than the color of my skin. I've had experiences in Buffalo where people would throw their glasses and say, "Clean up with my glasses," and I'm like, "But my license is sitting on this floor." I get that there's different type of African Americans in different states. Where I'm from a family, I am from a state that we are competent. And although I am 24, I will get to where I'm going. Without you
or with you.
It's always a way. Absolutely. And I respect that. And I'm so happy, as you can see, Grace was able to take something from this event that was so positive. And Grace, thank you so much again. As you know, you hit home for me, so I have to give you a hug. I wish you nothing but the best. And I thank you so much. So it was a pleasure having you on VLTV, so stay tuned. So here we are joined with two of our amazing panelists that we got to speak to tonight. You know, earlier I spoke of basically following dreams that have kind of faded away. You know, we've gone into this entrepreneurial age. We have a lot of people that are into the arts. It's nice to see a lot of our young women still following traditional ways. Like I have a med student over here, and I have a certified accountant over here, two young, beautiful women who got to share their experiences tonight. So how do you feel coming out tonight and being able to be on panel to speak to people and be inspiring to others?
I feel a little bit honored because, you know, people don't recognize the traditional way anymore because of social media.
Exactly.
And so it's still great to know that
It just so happens that
like I can still inspire other young females to go into this tough field.
that was not too far from
I agree. And you know, being a medical doctor takes a lot of patience, many years of studying, and you know, there was once a time where me as a little kid, I'm like, oh, Daddy, I want to be a doctor, and it never happened, obviously. And I've grown this passion for other stuff in my life, so I'm happy to see the people who didn't give up, and she's a prime example, and I thank you, just on behalf of being a black woman as well, to still pursue that dream, and it's really an amazing thing. It's not impossible, as you know. And with you, as an amazing accountant, you know, you gave us so much insight earlier about, you know, just the power of not giving up and how timing is so important. By delivering that message tonight, you came from personal experiences. So how did that feel to let everyone know that through your experiences that, you know, it is the truth. Timing is everything.
Yeah, I think that's important because as young individuals, because we have this goal, this aspiration, but we're not patient with ourselves and learning. So like a little baby, for instance, takes time because the baby cannot do anything. They begin to crawl, begin to walk before they can like stand and run and so on and so forth. But we, because we're so passionate, we want to like go from crawling to like running, which is not possible. It's not I mentioned about timing, just enjoying the space that you are and developing yourself, growing yourself, and just believing in yourself. If you remain on the path and you continue, you'll definitely get there. Just don't be so hard on yourself if you're not there where you think you should be. Which is something that I had to learn. You know, I had to learn. I was so hard on myself. You've not done this, you've not done this. And then I realized that, you know what, a lot of time is patient.
And you know, it takes a lot of strength to understand that in a time where you're really at your low. You know, we all go through our things, and it takes a courageous person to allow you to reinstill that courage within yourself, even when times are hard. So I'm so happy that Tosin delivered that message out to us tonight. And just to go back onto our little t-shirt raffle that the ladies had earlier, I want you guys to show off with your beautiful t-shirts. And just let me know why you chose the words. I see lovely and I see empowered. So Amina, tell us why you chose lovely.
Well, initially I thought there would be a shirt that had inspired because for me, I'm always inspired by like even by the females in here right now. I'm always inspired by the trees growing like in the corner. I'm inspired like just by the But I chose lovely just because this is a word I use often. I mean, I just had such a lovely day today. So I was like, I'll choose this.
And she is lovely. So thank you, Amina. And you chose empowered, and I know that that's definitely a message that was delivered tonight. Why did you choose that?
For me, it's like empowered and empowering. Empowered because I like to believe that we all are empowered to do whatever it is that we want to do. We all have that strength within us, just have to find it. And then also empowerment because I like to like grateful that I've been invited in here. So I like to like empower other individuals, empower young people. You know, share your story. You don't know who can benefit from sharing your story. So that's why I think this is.
Well, thank you, ladies. And I'm definitely inspired by you lovely, empowering ladies. And it was a pleasure to have you on my show. So definitely, yes, girl. Yes. So as you can see, you know, we getting familiar out here. You can see that, right? So, you know, I'm grateful to have you ladies here. As I said, inspiring, beautiful, amazing. Keep doing what you do, because I appreciate it, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So as I have the amazing pleasure right now of introducing someone that I actually recently looked into media-wise as a lady in media, an aspiring lady in media. We have the amazing Toyosi Phillips. TV presenter, producer, someone who is definitely not someone that we don't know of in the game right now. So it's an honor to have you here as someone who's inspiring to, you know, be bigger and better in media. So how did it feel today to share your story? I'm so sorry I didn't really get to hear, but intune me with what was going on out there.
Doing your thing.
Yes, girl.
I mean, I like the idea of talking to girls about what I do now, and sometimes it upsets me because I didn't start off doing what I really should have started off doing. I mean, I got lost. I was in the banking industry. I had no business being there, but again, every experience is useful experience, in my opinion. But I like the idea of getting girls to just believe in themselves from the beginning and do what they're supposed to do from the jump.
And I totally committed to that. Funny enough, I was somewhat pursuing a career in banking as well, and you know, like she said, you can easily get lost. You get lost in your focus. You know, you're testing out different things. As a human being, you're not always going to know what your niche is, but you're trying different things, trying to learn what is your passion. And by God's grace, you're always brought back to where you need to be, which is always amazing. And
it's just sad that sometimes it takes some people longer than you should. Like, you don't have to spend 10 years for that to realize you want to be big about it. You don't have to spend 10 years as an engineer to realize, oh, I really like writing and I should be writing a book right now. That's 10 years you could have spent writing your book.
it's true. I absolutely agree. And I'm very big on that as well, because a lot of like my younger cousins or my younger sisters, they're younger than me. They, you know, they're still in their teens, so they're tapping into their creativity right now. And I encourage it so much, because I tell them all the time, if I would have known what I've known now 10 years ago, I would be so much more successful. But you know, it's never too late. I'm still getting there, and I'm still gonna push. So I'm so happy that that's something that you mentioned as well. You know, you're very welcome. And what did you take out of other females that you saw today?
Like everyone in a different profession, only being a lawyer, only being an accountant, right? Not everyone that be in the creative space. Like at some point I thought, oh, everyone should be like acting, dancing, singing on the red carpet, but no, we need lawyers, we need doctors, we need exactly. So I like the idea of women being strong in their professional fields as well. And that's one of the things that
Always learn. It's always a pleasure to come out. And from learning from others, you learn about yourself as well. You know, I learned a lot about myself from listening to other people's perspective, which is very important. So Toyosi, thank you so much for joining me. You know, it was a pleasure. I hope to see you around.
Yes.
Good luck with everything. We support you as your sister, so stay strong. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll be your time. I give you my time. If you let me in your life, in your dreams, your thoughts, I'll blow